Your life begins deep inside an expanded termite mound, a den carefully repurposed by your parents. They've done their job well. The entrance is hidden, and the inside stays warm in the cool season and cool in the heat, a perfect refuge from the predators of the savannah. You are one of 4 pups in the litter. Born blind and deaf, you are frankly useless for anything but whining for milk. For the first 2 weeks, your mother is your entire world. She licks you clean and stands guard while your father is out scavenging or hunting small animals. Meanwhile, you spend your days in an endless cycle of sleeping and nursing. The only excitement is the occasional squabble with your siblings over the warmest spot to feed. But let's look on the bright side. You are growing fast, and soon your routine is about to be shattered. At 3 weeks old, your mother decides it's time you saw the sunlight. She nudges you out of the den's protection, and you take wobbly steps, your limbs barely cooperating. Your siblings tumble out right behind you, tripping over each other from the very start of their exploration. Your mother watches you all vigilantly, letting out a series of sharp yaps if anyone strays too far. One of your siblings ignores the warning, trying to venture off alone. Your mother immediately steps in, gently grips its neck in her mouth, and carries it back to the group. Together, you explore, investigating everything with your noses. One sibling pounces on a rolling ball of dung, while another, chasing a grasshopper, accidentally flips onto its back. Then you spot a busy dung beetle. The sight of it diligently rolling its prize captures your full attention, and the game is on. You all take turns harassing it, batting at it with your paws until a brave one finally takes a bite. It clearly doesn't taste good. After a while, your mother signals for you all to return to the den. When a pup hesitates, she gives it an unceremonious shove. Back inside, you collapse, too exhausted to do anything else. At 6 weeks old, the milk bar is officially closed. Your parents start bringing back real food. Sometimes it's a gerbil, other times a scrap of antelope, scavenged from a lion kill. They drop the food in front of you, but honestly, you and your siblings have no idea what to do with this stuff. You sniff it with a bit of hesitation. One sibling paws at it, another tries to take a bite, only to spit it out in disgust. Eventually, a pup figures it out, and then all hell breaks loose as everyone dives in. Sometimes your mother tears the meat into smaller, more manageable pieces. Other times, she doesn't bother, letting you learn to fight for your share. This is your first lesson in survival. Food doesn't come easy, and if you want to eat, you have to be fast. By the end of the week, you no longer see food as a puzzle. You devour it the second it hits the ground. At 3 months old, you embark on your first hunting expedition. Your parents lead the way, with you and your siblings following closely. Your purpose on this trip isn't to hunt, but to watch and to learn. Once you reach the hunting grounds, your mother signals for quiet. You watch as she locks her eyes on a hare nibbling at some roots. Your father silently circles around to the other side, using the bushes for cover. As he gets closer, you hold your breath, his every step precise and deadly. Then, in a flash, he charges. The hare bolts, zig-zagging at incredible speed, but your father's stamina is greater. After a sharp turn, he successfully tackles it. Your mother calls you and your siblings over. You cautiously approach the kill, sniffing and nudging it with your nose. It's the first time you've seen fresh prey up close, and it's both thrilling and a little intimidating. Your mother doesn't let you eat right away. Instead, she shows you how it is done. She vigorously shakes the hare by the neck. Then she begins tearing through the hide, showing you the most efficient way to get to the meal. You watch intently, taking mental notes, but the real test is yet to come. Your mother spots another hare and leads you to a more advantageous position. This time, she hangs back, letting you and your siblings make the attempt. You crouch low, trying your best to stay silent, but a sibling behind you accidentally snaps a twig. The hare vanishes into the distance before you even have a chance. Disappointment flashes in your mother's eyes, but she doesn't give up. She leads you toward another target. By the end of the day, you are exhausted. You haven't caught anything, but you are beginning to understand the art of the hunt. Right now, you are just an apprentice, but one day, you'll be the one leading the chase. As long as you survive, at 6 months old, the atmosphere of family life changes. The food your parents bring back seems to shrink. You go to sleep hungry more often, and the fights with your siblings over scraps become more intense. Your parents are on edge, too, snarling without hesitation if you get too close during mealtime. It is not personal, it is pure survival instinct. The resources around the den have been depleted, and the pressure of feeding so many mouths is showing. Then one night after another evening with a gnawing ache in your stomach, you understand. An innate urge tells you it is time to leave and find your own territory. Your departure is quiet. One morning, you simply pick a direction and start walking, leaving the familiar termite mound behind for a path you've never taken. The first days on your own are brutal. You have no backup, and hunting solo is a completely different challenge. You miss more than you catch, and the hunger that drove you from your family now torments you relentlessly. It is just you now, no mother to bring back carrion, no siblings to compete with for scraps. Still, you push forward. Experience has taught you that staying put is a death sentence. You follow the scents on the wind, searching for new trails and new opportunities. Sometimes you get lucky and catch a gerbil, or find some food discarded by humans, but it's never enough. After a few weeks on your own, you're getting the hang of hunting. You've managed to catch a few hares, but the immense energy it takes is draining. Then one day, you meet an unlikely ally, a honey badger. You are tracking the scent of some rodent when you see it. You freeze, observing it cautiously. Normally, you'd give a honey badger a wide berth. They're notoriously aggressive and incredibly tough, but this one seems focused on its own business. As the honey badger digs furiously with its powerful claws, other creatures bolt from nearby burrow exits to escape. In that moment, it all clicks. This ill-tempered, efficient excavator is doing all the hard work, and you could be the one to reap the benefits. You inch closer. At first, it is not happy to see you. It glares, lets out a threatening hiss, then goes back to digging. You wait at a safe distance. Sure enough, a ground squirrel darts out of another hole, and you pounce like lightning. Perfect timing. You've got it. The honey badger looks at you again, this time with less hostility and more grudging acceptance. It doesn't chase you off, and you take that as a sign to stick around. For the next few hours, you and your new partner form a temporary hunting team. The honey badger digs, and you stand guard at the exits, ready to ambush anything that flees. It is a strangely symbiotic relationship. The honey badger is the master of the underground, and you are the agile hunter above. By the end of the day, for the first time in what feels like forever, your belly is full. As the dry season ends, you start looking for a mate. Blackback jackals mate for life, so this isn't just about finding a playmate, it is about finding a partner to survive with. You let out the signature high-pitched, rapid yowl of a blackback jackal. At first, only the wind on the savannah answers. Then finally, a call comes back from the distance. It's far, but it sparks hope. You follow the sound, weaving through the acacia grove until you finally find her. She's wary at first, circling you and keeping her distance. You do the same, sniffing the air, and keeping your posture low to show you are not a threat. The first meeting is brief. She watches you a moment longer, then turns and vanishes into the brush. You don't follow. Building trust takes time. Over the next few days, your paths cross again and again. One day, she finally allows you to get close, to share a hard-won meal of carrion. From that day on, your alliance is sealed. You hunt together and patrol your territory as one. One evening, after a long patrol, you nestle together in a patch of tall grass to rest. One day, you are out hunting together. It's a lean season, and food is scarce. You spot a young impala in the distance, and your predator instincts take over. You drop into a crouch and move silently. Your mate circles around, her movement still graceful and efficient. Just as you're about to strike, a deafening crack echoes across the savannah. Your mate collapses instantly, twitching in the dust before going still. You freeze, your heart seized by terror. You look toward the source of the sound, a human with a rifle. You don't think, you just run. Your paws kick up dust on the dry earth as you bolt for the trees. The only sound your own frantic heartbeat and ragged breaths. You don't dare stop, not until you are far, far away. Too far to catch her scent, too far to hear the echo of the shot. Your world has shattered. She is gone. In your overwhelming panic, you don't see the road ahead. A blinding flash of light, a piercing squeal of tires, and then the world fades to black. Your life was a whirlwind of running, fighting, and adapting, but on this ancient land, even the cleverest survivors eventually run out of luck. Life as a blackback jackal may be harsh, but there is another animal out there that has it even worse. Trust me, it's absolutely wild. Check out the next video to see for yourself.